Assalamualaikum. This is our presentation of Takaful operation. These are our group members. Azza Azira, Nur Ashikin, Nur Diana, Nurul Amalina, and Miss Tifaika. We will present on Takaful IKHLAS Family BERHAD. Our Takaful product is IKHLAS Value Term Takaful, and our Takaful model is Wakalah. So next, moving to question 1, I pass to Nur Diana.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nodiana binti Muhammad Saleh. So today will be answering question number 1. What is the underwriting process and procedures for this Takaful product? So before I start with the what we call it flow, I would like to define underwriting. So underwriting is basically a concept brought over from conventional insurance to mitigate risk of adverse selection. So underwriting itself is basically the process of insurer used to determine on what basis it will accept applicants. Other than that, as the practice by family Takaful or Takaful IKHLAS Family BERHAD, where it is an Islamic insurance which offer an underwriting platform so that contributors to its Takaful fund can delegate the responsibilities and mutually cooperate in a sense of safeguarding one another from any circumstances. So basically the Takaful operator will actually use all the information provided by their participant in order for them to commit this operation, which is underwriting process. Next. All right. So for this second one, I would like to share with all of you on the what we call it underwriting flow, right? So it is basically what we call it start with risk selection process. Okay, so under this risk selection process, it is basically consists of evaluating information to determine how the risk will be classified. Either it will put under standard, substandard, or the risk will be declined. So after this classification process completed, so the risk is basically rated in terms of the contribution to be charged. And a certificate at the end of it will be issued and subsequently delivered by the agent to the client. Next, followed by the what we call it identification and evaluation of risk. So this is basically fall under risk selection process as well. So when the proposal is submitted to Takaful, the underwriter will need to identify and evaluate the physical and moral hazard which associated with the proposed risk. The information on hazard can basically be obtained from the proposal form which completed earlier by the proposer or by the participant. However, if additional information is required, the underwriter may take one or more action, and the action involve a request for a survey report on the risk and make direct inquiries. The next one on independent survey report. Okay, this is basically if applicable. So this will constitute additional information over and above the ones provided in the proposal form and application. So the information prepared by the independent expert is for the benefit of both operator and the participant itself. Finally, on the selection of risk. After the underwriter has identified and evaluated the hazard which associated with the proposed risk, the underwriter is ready to decide whether to accept or reject the proposal. So if the underwriter decide the risk is under standard risk, the proposal will be accepted. Whereas if the risk cannot be accepted, then it will just be rejected. And the second flow is on the determination of contribution, terms and condition. So for the majority of classes under the Takaful IKHLAS family BERHAD, the contribution charge is basically the rate per unit of coverage multiplied by the number of units of coverage required. So I guess that's all from me. Moving on to the second presenter. Thank you.
I'm Siti Faizka. So for question 2, how to determine the total contribution? So in this plan, gross annual Takaful contribution varies depending on the underwriting requirements, age, term, and sum covered applied. So the age that is eligible to participate in this plan is between 17 to 75 years old for this cover, or up to 65 years old for TPD cover. And depending on the term chosen, subject to maximum 80 years old for death and 70 years old for TPD. So the sum covered limit under IKHLAS value term Takaful as below, which are a minimum 200,000 and maximum subject to underwriting. So participant can choose the desired plan. They may also choose the durations they want to be covered as follow, which are 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. Next, this is the sample of Takaful annual contribution plan. So the sum cover is 200,000 with the different durations, 5 years, 10 years and 20 years. So the rates assume that the proposed person cover is a male and has no medical or health impairment, occupational risk, or habits that may require additional loading on the Takaful contribution. That's all for me. Moving to question 3.
Okay, my name is Nurul Amalina binti Muhammad Rosdi and I will be presenting question number 3. What is the information and documents that I need to provide for us to claim for Takaful IKHLAS family BERHAD? Under this, you can, it depends on the type of claim that you are going to make. It depends from death, total permanent disability or TPD, immediate death expenses, waiver of contribution, hospital income benefit, or even critical illnesses. As stated in the slides, there are a few documents that we can prepare, such as claim form, physician statements, death certificate, original certificate contract, police report, proof of age like IC copy, proof of relationship between claimant, hospitalization claim form, certificate of hospitalization, discharge note, critical illness claim form, certified of medical attendance, supporting medical reports, and also letter of administration. Most of these documents can be provided and can be obtained from Takaful IKHLAS website itself. So proceed to question number 4. I will pass to Azza Azira.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I am Azazira binti Amran. Today I'm going to present about what factor that decline person Takaful application. So basically there are 6 factors that cause of Takaful application being rejected by Takaful operator or agent, which is health condition, occupation, lifestyle, age, income, and history of previous application. So for specific health condition and critical illness, if applicant suffering from a chronic illness at the time apply for the Takaful agent or operator may decline person application. So an applicant also should correctly give all the information and undergo all checkup if required. Okay, so the second one is hazardous occupation. Some professions carry a high degree of risk and danger than others, and this is because Takaful company refused to approve policies for people working in what is considered a particularly hazardous occupation, so such as construction labourers, electric power line installer and repairers. Okay, the third one is in terms of hazardous extracurricular activities or lifestyle choice. There are also extracurricular activities that are considered hazardous and carry a high risk of premature death. So participants such as activity like mountaineering, base jumping, rock climbing, and other adventure sports may find it difficult to get Takaful protection. Other than that, age during application is also a factor to consider during application for Takaful. The older applicant are more difficult and expensive it will to get insured. So after a certain age, some life insurance product will be off limit to applicant. So according to our group chosen product for IKHLAS value term Takaful, it's already stated eligibility to participate in the plan range age is between 70 to 75 years old. So the next one is income limitation, which is income limitation is also Takaful companies have a certain level of economic or income criteria, and a person whose income is below the level will be denied a policy. So the main reason for this restriction is that it can result in issuing a large number of small policies that reduce premium flows. And the last one is previous decline on the Takaful application. The Takaful, as its core, is a business of underwriting risk. The premium that one pay for an insured cover depends largely on the probability of claim factored by the insured. So that's all from me. Pass to my colleague.
Okay, now let's move on to question number 5. What is the claim process for this Takaful product? Okay, they have a 5 step in order to make a claim under this product. First step is identify the type claim. It is important to first find out the type of claim client want to do to ensure a seamless preparation and claim process as the requirement for each type of claim vary. The second is obtain claim form. Client may obtain claim form by downloading it from the website or visiting their nearest branch or customer service center. Okay, the third step is prepare document required. Obtain and forward all necessary document to support the claim to the family and medical Takaful claim department. The fourth step is certified document. All photocopy of document to support the claim must be certified as a true copy by a commissioner of oath or branch manager or any family and medical Takaful claim personnel. Then the last step is client can submit the form. By gather all the certificate document and submit the claim to the department. So that's all from my part. Next, move to the next slide.
Okay, there are a few other important and relevant findings on these Takaful operations. The first one is the cooling off period for this product. Takaful participants may cancel the Takaful certificate by returning the Takaful certificate within 15 days after they have received the Takaful certificate. And the second one will be total permanent disability. TPD benefit will be expired on the Takaful certificate anniversary date immediately after the person covered 70th birthday. And the third one would be to cancel Takaful certificate. If customer does not pay their Takaful contribution within the grace period, the Takaful certificate may lapse. So that's all from us. Thank you so much.